Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Porn and Capitalism, back here at the J.D. Poe Memorial Studios, live from Pflugerville, Texas. You know what it is. Jacking off, sacking off, doing whatever the fuck you want to do, because that's America, baby. You can jerk off in America. There's no blurred out Japanese porn in America, and if you want that, you can still get it, because it's fucking America. Okay? We had the 4th of July last week. Okay, we're number one. Don't forget that we're number one, okay? Even if we're not, we are, because it's America, so suck it, okay? That's just what it is. I think a lot of people are getting that misconstrued, okay? A lot of people think we're number 2, maybe number 3 even. Some people don't even think we're top 5, okay? Disrespectful. Number 1, okay? All day. Never going to change either. It's locked in. It's just what it is, man. You see these things on Twitter about, like, if you give up freedom for security, you deserve neither. And it's like, I think that makes a lot of sense. You should have no security and only freedom. It should be purge all day long. Just purge every day, all day. Come on, people. Why not? What are we doing? We not purging? Come on, purging. Like the guy who got kicked down the fucking chimney thing in 300. Persian like a rug. Yeah, man. So apparently Drake went on a date. He rented out Dodgers Stadium. Yeah, he rented out Dodgers Stadium. And everyone was taking, because they still got a picture of him, right? Even though he rented out the whole stadium to himself, they still got a picture of him on his date. And all the people in the replies were coming up with what his new rap line was. And I came up with, on a date, rounding third base, about to go home. Paparazzi still got to me. I wish the stadium had a dome. There it is. See, I know exactly how Drake raps. Okay, that's how he raps. He's a little shake and bake. He's a shake and bake rapper. He's Ricky Bobby, all right? He's a shake and bake, and that's just what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Renting out a stadium, though. You want to talk about a baller move. Rent out a stadium for a bitch. She better have put out. Some people were saying it was an apology date because she was, like, talking. Someone took a video, and she was, like, you know, doing the hand thing as if she was upset, and he was just taking it like, look, I'll make it up to you, but I'm going to have to rent out Dodger Stadium to do it. And if that was the case, hilarious. That chick must have some good pussy. I'm just saying. Even if it wasn't an apology date, to rent out a stadium. You want to talk about wealth inequality in this country, all right? Come on, Drake. Are you progressive? Because he's kind of sounding like a black conservative right now, renting out a stadium. Dodger Stadium. Speaking of stadiums, what I thought was hilarious, I was at the Grandstand last night. Shout out Claus Out Comedy. Shout out Mana, Dan Block, Michelle, Kim, everyone who was there. I thought it was because I was watching. They had the Tigers game actually on one TV, and I was watching that. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Saw Miguel Cabrera get a hit, get into 3,000, and on the other TV they had WNBA basketball. WNBA basketball. And it was the Phoenix team, the Phoenix Mercury, and they play in the same arena as the Phoenix Suns, who are in the NBA Finals. And they did not remove any of the NBA Finals shit that was all over the stadium. So here I'm watching this WNBA game, and in the blocked off thing, it says the Finals. It says 2021 NBA Finals, and it's tripping me out because I'm like, are the women in the NBA Finals? What's happening right now? I'm confused. I was a little high. I had a show, right? I was trying to, focus by being high. And I was just watching. I was like, they're in the NBA Finals. By the way, the chick who is it Zamira? I don't fucking know. The little black girl who won the spelling bee apparently hoops. She balls out on Twitter, on TikTok. I don't know what she posted a video on. I saw it on Twitter. Just doing all kinds of behind the back, little moves, shooting, making shots, I'm just saying, if she doesn't play for UConn down the line, I don't understand what the point is. UConn is a good school, great women's basketball program. Maybe Stanford. That might be the move. Go to Stanford, actually. Win a natty with Stanford. Stanford has a really good women's basketball team. Go play for Stanford. Get a top-notch education. You'll get a full ride, obviously. Go play basketball at Stanford. Go solve, whatever she wants to solve. I don't know. That's the thing about the people who win the spelling bee. Spelling bee, it's such a, I don't want to say it's a useless talent. It's not a useless talent, but there's no job where they're just like, I just want you to spell words right. I mean, I guess journalists, but that's bullshit these days anyway. Everybody's a fucking journalist. I'm a journalist. Right? Like, what the fuck? Everybody is a journalist and nobody's a journalist. That's the thing. So don't do journalism. But go to Stanford, study something, make an impact. This chick's going to do it. It's going to happen. All right? And then there was this video of her, like, she was like dribbling a ball and juggling 3 balls at once. And everyone's posting this like they're amazed that a black girl can have talent. I'm like, everyone can have talent. That's the point. Guys, the point, this isn't woke. Everyone can have talent. Everyone cannot have talent. That's the thing. It's like using one and then everyone is like, no. Everybody's different. Doesn't matter how different you are. Even if the people who are the same as you are still different from you. That's what it's all. That's the snowflake thing, guys. That's the uniqueness thing. But nobody wants to fucking... Everybody wants to use everything to make their argument for them rather than looking at the facts and letting the argument come to you. Okay? That's what it's all about. Okay? That's how you're really supposed to do it. But that requires a little bit of intellectual thought, patience. Patience is a bitch. It really is. Patience is a bitch. I'm an antsy guy, right? I get way too stressed out. I stress myself out over things. I think everyone does this, but I am one of the people who is so fucking like just detail-oriented on certain things and just time-oriented and money-oriented on these things. And it stresses me out and it stresses out the people around me. And I am trying to relax on those things. And not to relax, because when I think about relaxing on those things like time and money and this and that, I feel like I'm neglecting those things. But how I have to frame it to myself is I'm being more patient on those things. I need to be more patient with time, more patient with money, more patient with these different things, because that's really the best way to not stress yourself out while also not ignoring those problems. I think that's important, because you don't want to, that's the thing. People on the polar opposites, especially politically, they really, really, really do so many fucking jumping jacks and jump through so many hoops to ignore the other side completely, rather than acknowledging it and defending their point against the valid points that the other side makes. That's what it's supposed to be. That's discourse. That's a debate. That's what. But nobody does that shit because it's hard. It's hard. People don't like to do things that are hard. People are lazy. Nowadays, it's so easy to survive in 2021. Even broke people, it's like, are you starving? Like, there are starving people in this country. But there's a lot of people not starving. A lot of not starving people. And that's a real nice way to say fat fucks, all right? A lot of fat fucks. And it's just like, hey, man, okay, so we've made it to a point in this country, as a society, people are still coming to this country. People from all over. I saw a commercial the other day talking about, there was this girl, she's like, I was born in China, and my parents moved me to America when I was 10 for a better life. That means America is a better life than China. Still number one. Fuck you, still number one, okay? But, I mean, you really got to look at how good life in America really is. Is it perfect? No. Where is it better, though? Where is it better? Where is it better for a large swath of the population? If you want to point at Europe, I mean, sure, but also not sure, okay? Because the level of freedom you have in America is greater. The level of income you can generate in this country is greater. The level of opportunity in this country is greater, okay? And that's just what it is. Those are just the facts, okay? People are, like doing stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy in America is number one. There's no other country that even compares. Even England, all right? They try, I'm Jimmy Carr. And Jimmy Carr's hilarious. But no country compares to the U.S. when it comes to most aspects of things. Living a better life, raising your family, freedom, intellectual curiosity, even our universities, despite all the bullshit going on in them, still the best in the world. Still the best in the world. And then on top, sports leagues, best in the world, okay, other than soccer, but that's the rest of the world's thing. We have our things, they have their things, right? That's how that works. And then you come to comedy and you're like, oh, America is way number one. When you talk top comedians in the history of the world, nobody brings up British people, let alone any other country. Maybe a couple Canadians, maybe. But really, I mean, the greatest comedians are all American. America produces the best comedy. America produces the best content. Despite TikTok, America still produces the best content, and we always will as long as we have freedom. Now, Joe Biden wants to go door to door and make sure everybody's got a vaccine, which seems kind of weird to me. But hey, man, it's his administration. He can run it into the ground as much as you know what? That's on him. What is he going to come door to door and shoot people up with a vaccine? Maybe. Who's the Nazi now? Who's the Nazi now, right? If you're going door to door injecting people with an experimental vaccine and you're calling the other people the Nazis, I think you're the Nazis. I don't know if you know much about the Nazis. Most people really don't, okay? Most people don't. But the scientific experimentation that they did, kind of similar to what the American government has done with the Tuskegee air experiments. Talk about AIDS. You can talk about the MK Ultra shit that they did. America is no better. Okay? Say what you want. And the Nazis were terrible. But the American government, the FBI, the CIA, the current administration, the Trump administration, all these administrations, they don't give a fuck about humanity. They only care about maintaining the level of power that they have and increasing that level. That's what politicians are about. Not ideally. I mean, in an ideal world, a politician would care about their constituents. We don't live in that world. We live in the world where the constituents care about, where the politicians care about themselves. The constituents can go fuck themselves. And then once every 4 years, you make a bunch of empty promises and you hope that they vote for you again. And guess what? Most of the constituents are so fucking dumb that they do it. They just do it. They don't even think about it. They're like, I guess I'll vote for that guy again or that chick again because she's a chick or this or that. Like the reasoning that people vote for different politics. It's so pathetic. It's the same thing like when you go to the store. If you were to ask people, you go to a grocery store and you go up to someone and you say, hey, explain to me why you have everything that you have in your cart. I want you to, why that one? Because there's multiple options for everything you buy. Peanut butter to fucking pasta. Doesn't matter. There's tons of options, right? So why'd you pick that one? Well, I like Jif. Why do you like Jif? You had it as a child. Okay, all right. So it's marketing from when you were a kid. Okay, why'd you pick that one? Oh, you're the cost conscious buyer. You bought the cheapest one. You bought the biggest one. You bought the organic. Everybody has a different reason why they're buying the shit that they buy, and a lot of the times they're dumb fucking reasons. And it's the same thing with how people vote. Why'd you vote for that person? Well, and it always starts like that, and it ends with some dumb fucking reason that makes you be like, I don't know why we let these people fucking vote. I had a chick walk in last night at the very end of the show, drunk as fuck, right, with her boyfriend who wasn't her boyfriend. They were probably just drunk fucking the last night. I'm hoping. Hopefully they did. She walks in, and, I'm talking some shit about her, blah, blah, blah. She's fucking hammered. And I bring up voting at the end. And I say, who did you vote for? And she didn't remember. The best part was I asked her, are you vaccinated? She said, yes. And I said, which vaccine did you get? And she said, the COVID vaccine. And everyone died laughing. It was hilarious, but she didn't mean it to be. I was just like, of course you got the fucking, that's the one I'm talking about, bitch. What did you think, an AIDS? I wasn't talking about AIDS. Maybe I was earlier, but I was in that moment. I was like, who got vaccinated? I meant for COVID. And this bitch is like, I got the COVID vaccine. And I'm like, well, there you go. Just ridiculous, man. Just hilarious. People in Austin get way too drunk. I just celebrated 11 months. I didn't celebrate, but I hit 11 months of no alcohol. Thank you. I'll give it up for myself. Suck my dick. But people in Austin, man, y'all get trashed. Like super drunk, like next level drunk. It's kind of insane. Working on 6th Street is already a disaster because people are just getting fucked up. But then you just see random people here and there. It's like, How drunk did that guy, who let this guy drink that much? Like half this town is alcoholics. Straight up, 50% of the people who live in Austin proper, probably Travis County, are alcoholics. And what do? They're like, I got an idea. Let's just shut down the street. Let's shut down the main street so these alcoholics can just run all over the place. We'll sell them fucking Greek Euro food and we'll let them get trashed and we'll try to contain it. And what happens? Shootings, stabbings, fucking drunk driving, probably. You drive home from downtown Austin. If you get on the freeway after being downtown on 6th Street in Austin on a Saturday night, holy shit, do people drive insane. And you're like, why are these people driving so crazy? They're on drugs, they're on coke, they're fucking drunk, and they're like, I need to get fucking to Round Rock. I need to get to Pflugerville. I need to get to South Hall. I need to go to San Marcos. I need to go wherever the fuck they're going there. And they're driving fast and in big-ass pickup trucks. And it's dangerous. It's a problem. It's a problem. But hey, man, you know, that's how the city chooses to function. What are you going to do? And then you let people camp on the side of the fucking street. And people are like, why do you have a problem with people camping on the side of the street? I really don't have as much of a problem with the fact that there's campsites on the side of the street. I have a problem with who the people camping are. If they were normal campers, if they were just, you know, KOA campers, families, right, going to Jellystone fucking Park and shit like that, going down slides, barbecuing in the front yard, no one would care that they're camping underneath the freeway. The problem is the people camping underneath the freeway are fucking crackheads, mentally insane people who should be in an institution. That's what they need, but instead you got them camping out under a fucking interstate. Why do you have a problem with them being there? I don't have a problem with them being there. I have a problem with them. Just in general. They're nuts. These people are insane. They walk up to every person they see. Can you give me $1? And they always have a different reason. It's always an insane fucking reason. Hey, man, I just need $1. For what? I'm catching the bus. Where? I see you here every day. You are on this corner every day pestering people for money. Where are you going? What? Don't tell me you're going anywhere. You don't go anywhere. That's because I never get the $1. I see people give you money. You spend it on drugs and you come back to the same fucking corner. You see people shooting up, smoking crack on the sidewalk, bro. On the sidewalk. That's what's happening in Austin, man. And yeah, it's making a lot of people not want to move here. Smart. Stay the fuck out, okay? I'm staying here because I just signed a 15-month lease. But Austin, come on. And it's like I don't even know what to do because there's so many cops downtown already. And they're not pulling people over for, you know, not fully stopping at stop signs. They're not pulling people over for smoking weed, even in public. They're trying to do damage control for the insanity that's going on down there. Okay? And I mean, you go downtown Austin, you're like, we need to increase the police. We need the National Guard down here just to clear this shit out. It's nuts. It makes Hoovervilles look like nothing. Mostly because Hoovervilles, I don't think, had the same level of crack usage. That could also be because the CIA hadn't introduced crack, you know, to the ghetto community at that point when Hoover was around. Great Depression, you know. If you don't know, now you know. But the crackheads are insane. And the drunk people, I think, are almost worse. Because the drunk people have cars. The crackheads don't have cars. They don't have houses, man. They live on the side of the street. They pass out when they run out of crack. They're not even the worst. The worst people are the drunk people. So you want to talk shit about drugs and homeless people? Yeah, it's a problem. But the drunk people? And look, some people can handle their alcohol. A lot of people can't. A lot of people can't. And the 50% that are alcoholics, 90% of the people in this town drink. 50% of those people are alcoholics who can't handle their liquor and probably should be in a program. Okay? They need to stop drinking because it's they turn into insane people. Insane people. The nicest people turn into insane people when they're fucking hammered. I was once that man. I was once that little boy. It's crazy to see it now from a different perspective where I'm watching these people stumble around, just run around trying to commit crime. It's like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is so insanely accurate, and you have to shout out to Rockstar Games because holy shit, did they capture America and Americana perfectly. Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA 5 is one of the greatest video games that's ever been created. I kind of want to play it right now. It's one of the greatest video games ever created. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, you can do all kinds of crazy shit in that game, and the people are very accurately represented. The American people. LA, it's a perfect representation because LA people are nuts, bro. But Austin people are nuts too. I think, there's nuts, crazy people everywhere. There really are crazy people everywhere. I don't want to say that it's just Austin. I think what it is, when you live in a certain place, right? You live in a certain area, you focus on why that area has problems, right? That's why the people who complain about LA are the people who live in LA. People who complain about San Francisco live in San Francisco. People who complain about Austin live in Austin. People who complain about Austin actually live everywhere in Texas, but, it is what it is. And I think that it goes back to my theory about, like, you can only fuck who's around you, right? Like, if you live in Austin, Texas, you can't have sex with someone who lives in Tokyo. Because you're not in the same, like, you date who's around you. That's how that works. Some people are stupid, like Manti Te'o, and they get catfished. But, that's a new thing. That's a new thing. Think about that psychologically. There's a new thing now where you can be in a faux relationship with someone through a phone. What the fuck? That's a new thing. Long distance relationships back in the day, you know how they happened? They happened because you used to fuck this person, and then you went on a boat for 3 months and crossed the ocean, and now you write back to them. That's different, right? That's a lot different than, hey, I just met this person in an online chat room, and now we're best friends. What the fuck? You've never even met this person. You don't know. And the fact that people catfish other people, like, the insanity behind that. There's insane people on the streets, and then there's insane people on the internet. And they're different because the people on the internet, they're like hacker type people. They're Machiavellian with the way that they're insane. Like, they're fucking sitting there like, I'm gonna catfish this motherfucker, and then I'm gonna have him send me money. And then you have these people who are doing like OnlyFans crazy shit where they're like, I want you to, just send me money. Yeah. It's like there's these black women who get old rich white dudes to just send them money. It's called Findom. They're like, send me money. Yeah. And they make money off this shit. I don't knock it. It's a great hustle. If you can make it happen, make it happen. Okay? It is what it is. I don't know. Speaking of that, though, let's get into this week's Porn Star, the podcast. We got a banger for you. This is a lady who has her own podcast. She is a porn star. Got her own website, got her own OnlyFans. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this week's Porn Star, the podcast, Eva Lovia. Yeah. This week's Porn Star, the podcast. Her bio is brought to you by Pornhub because they have hilarious bios. Eva Lovia has the goods to make you forget what day it is. After hours of staring at the screen and milking your middle leg, mixing up her American, Japanese, and Spanish blood, she's like a world tour of wanking material. As the diehard pussy hound, Eva inhales muff like oxygen. Her tongue is a curious rover going deep in the dark territories of girly fuck zone, seeking every drop of sweet, sweaty poon moisture. When she's not burying her face in some chick's pink palace, Eva spreads her own legs to reveal a pussy so slick and superb, you risk short-circuiting your computer by inadvertently drooling all over it. When she gets on all fours and bends over, showing off her ass, that vajoon of hers just smiles through her tight thighs. Just watching Eva Lovia lovingly make out with another hot babe is so ball-stirring that it beats most extreme close-up pussy-pounding porn. For now, Eva is sticking to the masturbation and lesbian genres. That's not true, but it's outdated. But hey, here we go. But you can trust us Pornhub soldiers to be on the constant lookout for any new Eva material, especially if she starts slurping dick and sitting pretty on those stiff ones, which she does. Until then, we'll have to satisfy ourselves, a task we're all great at, with Eva's incredible solo performances and her cunt-munching awesomeness. Now, that's a bit outdated. Here's the intro that she wrote about herself. It says, I got into porn about 5 years ago. I started while going to school for my BA in psychology. I started with girl to girl to see how I felt. I was very shy when I started and wasn't ready to commit to boy-girl scenes. After I graduated, I felt that I did all I wanted and could in the girl-girl world and was ready for boy-girl scenes. Reality Kings contracted my first 5 boy-girl scenes, and then they were quickly the highest-rated, most-watched scenes in the history of the site. As soon as I was able to be a free agent, I was contracted by Digital Playground for 2 years, where I got to explore the world of feature films. Out of another contract, I did an incredible showcase with Greg Lansky for Tushy, as well as my debut on Vixen and Blacked. I have never been more proud of a project. As wonderful as all of my years have been, there's definitely been a shift in tone in the industry, and I'm not the biggest supporter of the shift. That being said, I now only shoot for my personal site where I can control my work. So, I did want to plug her site. It's called Fallin Lovia, FALLINLOVIA.com, fallinlovia.com. This is where she's got the same sort of bio. There's a little bit added on here. That being said, I'm now ultra selective as to who I shoot for and the way I'm being presented. I'm all about women's sexual empowerment, and as long as both parties are tuned in on and consenting, I have no qualms. I personally want to make sure every scene I shoot, I am into and feel sexy and, more importantly, safe. This website, thanks to all of you, allows me to create scenes that I find sexy, beautiful, and fun. There's no fluff, no ridiculous storyline. Oh, come on. I like the ridiculous storylines, though. Just real sex. No ridiculous storyline. Just real sex. I get to handpick who I fuck, how I fuck, and where I fuck. Can I get a bed? Hallelujah. See you inside. So that's that. Thought she had an OnlyFans. She might have an OnlyFans. Like I said, heritage, Japanese and Spanish. It says she's straight. She has an elephant tattoo, 5'3". Doesn't give you a weight. She says that is rude. Her hair is real. Her eyes are hazel and her ears are pierced. Oh, and she has a Fleshlight too. So there you go. Fleshlight.com. She has her very own. How much is it? What's the price we're looking at for this Fleshlight? Come on, break it down for me. You can get the Eva Lovia. It's $79.95. You can get the butt one, too. Just letting you know. They have the butt available. If you're interested. I mean, that's up to you. But, yeah, you can. And it's free shipping on orders of $99 or more on Fleshlight.com. You can also, if you can't afford the $79.95, but you still want to get the Fleshlight, you can make 4 interest-free payments of $19.99. Isn't that fun? Isn't that nice? Look at Fleshlight working with you. Working with the consumer, saying, look, if you can't afford $80 for a fake pussy right now, can you do it over 4 easy interest-free payments? Actually, it doesn't say easy. It just says interest-free payments. With Sezzle. What is Sezzle? Sezzle is Sezzle it now. Pay us back later. Check out with Sezzle and split your entire order into 4 interest-free payments over 6 weeks. No interest ever. Plus no fees if you pay on time. Hey, no impact on your credit score. Instant approval decisions. Imagine having to get approved to buy a Fleshlight. That seems like some sub shit right there. Can I get approved to buy a Fleshlight? Financially approved. That's fucking hilarious. Sezzle it now. Fuck it now. Pay us back later. Subject to approval, it says. Just select Sezzle at checkout. So, I mean, you can buy an interest-free pussy for only 4 payments. That doesn't even sound bad. 4 payments? What if you get it and you're like, I'm not into this? I mean, this is definitely not a product you can send back. What kind of return policy do they have here? Do they have a return policy on these? They do have another bio on Eva Lovia, but I'm wondering, do they have a return policy? They do have reviews. Now, this we got to read. Okay, let's read some of the Fleshlight reviews for Eva Lovia. This one came in literally today. Is today 7/10? Is today the 10th? It is. Today is the 10th. Someone literally just wrote this review. Awesome sleeve. It's not too intense. They didn't add the extra O to the 2. It's not too intense, and it has a nice realism to it. Fleshlight is the best in the business. It's not too intense. That means this guy had a Fleshlight that was too intense. I don't even know what that means. Next review. This is from a couple days ago, the 7th of July. This thing, by the way, has 246 reviews, and it's overall 5-star. I would love to see a not 5-star rating on this, but this is Tony C, verified user. He's verified by Fleshlight. It says bomb my first Fleshlight and man was I impressed. Felt amazing to come inside and not worry about cleaning up right away. That's disgusting. And then he says perfect tightness. Nice, perfect tightness. Next guy, Christopher C from July 6th. Couple days ago. Easily the best butt model that I own. This guy owns multiple butt models. Easily the best butt model that I own. The most realistic for sure. Just buy it if you're on the fence about it. This guy's like, just fucking buy it, you bitch. This guy says great with 5 thumbs up. That's from 7.5. Now we go back a little bit further to June 29th this year. So good, like indescribable. This is the best. I mean, are you kidding me? This is fucking amazing. Fleshlight reviews. Eva Lovia has her own Fleshlight, and the reviews are in. Indescribable. Fantastic. The sensation is way, way better than my hand. Nice. Sugar is, it says sugar is very stimulating from start to finish. It's definitely a go-to sleeve. That guy also has multiple sleeves. This guy says awesome feeling. Here we go. This is just from another world. Using it together with my girlfriend feels like having a threesome with her and Eva. The texture feels amazing, and the design could not be more realistic. Nice. Nice. Seductively shaped orifice, tight and gives awesome stimulation. This guy says feels great. This guy just left a review that says nice. Now this review, it says feels incredible, tight but comfortable. Enjoyable experience. Somebody downvoted that comment, by the way. Right amount of tightness, stimulation, and intensity. If you got some girth, this may be the one for you. This guy said if you have some girth, if you got a big dick, this might be the toy for you. Replaced my hand. She's my best friend. This is fucking ridiculous. This is the tightest entrance and thickest around the start. Suction is perfect on any setting. I prefer the loose for orgasm. Nice. This guy says, spicy. Honestly, this should be everyone's first Fleshlight. It's not too intense, again, and not too loose. There are still textures to enhance the quote, basic quote, experience. In my opinion, this should be the first for everyone to allow themselves one to decide which direction they would like to go in purchasing the next one. So this is the gateway pussy. This is gateway Fleshlight. Should there be a next one? Okay, all right. I love this sleeve. Definitely would recommend. Who recommends Fleshlights to people? Hey, if you're gonna get a Fleshlight, make sure you get the Eva Lovia one. I love this sleeve. Definitely would recommend. It has a nice grip and a super sexy looking at those sexy spreading lips. Jesus, these people are insane. The sleeve pattern has very ridges and bumps to enjoy. Definitely one of my favorites. This is fucking nuts. I don't know how many. Okay, here we go. This is the first Fleshlight I've owned, and it feels good. Almost like the real thing. It's definitely better than using your hand. It did seem tight, but I expected that. This guy's like, it's a little tight. Did nobody test fuck this thing? What the hell? I enjoy using this product, and I will consider buying another Fleshlight to see if there's a difference in them. And that got 4 downvotes, by the way. That comment got 4 downvotes. Structure is good. Design flawless. Texture great. There we go. That's a nice review. This sleeve has a nice inner design that grips hard. It's a nice sleeve to take your time to orgasm. This fucking guy. That was Gabrielle. Open and exciting. The first chamber is the exciting one, even if simple. It's more of an open feel. It's exciting. Proper packaging, fast shipping. Okay. Eva Lovia butt. Here we go. This is the tightest entrance and thickest. Okay, we already read that one. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think we've read enough. I think we've read enough on that Fleshlight. And like I said, one more time, shout out to Eva Lovia, by the way, this week's porn star of the podcast. That got a little off the rails. Reading Fleshlight reviews. I mean, I didn't even see any that weren't 5 stars. I don't think. Are there any on here? I know I said I'm done with it. I just want to see if there are any reviews that are not 5 stars, though. I mean, these all look like 5-star reviews. And I just want to see somebody who gave it a 4-star review. Did somebody go on here and go like, it wasn't that amazing. I think it's overrated. Nobody. It's literally all 5-star reviews. That's how. If you're wondering how good pussy is, they all get 5-star reviews. Even this guy gave it a 5-star review, and his review is haven't received my package yet. Still gave it 5 stars. That's how good it is. That's how fucking good it is. Literally all 5-star reviews over and over and over. I just want to see if there's one bad review. I don't even believe these reviews. These got to be fake reviews then. If there's absolutely no, I've gone through 15 pages and it's all 5-star reviews. I can't keep going through this. I got to stop. This guy says very sucking. Jesus Christ. I said I was done. I just want to see one that's not 5. I want to see someone talk shit about this pussy. Come on. Is that a thing? Can someone do that? I might have to be the guy. I might have to go in here and leave a negative review. I don't even own it, but I might have to do it. That's fucking hilarious. I thought that was funny. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you thought. I don't even care if you're still watching at this fucking point. I thought that was hilarious. These fucking people going in there like, it wasn't too intense. What the fuck, man? Who are these people? Reviewing Fleshlights? You're reviewing them. And they do serious. These are serious people. These people are fucking serious. I think Fleshlight is based out of Austin, by the way. I think it's an Austin-based company. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I think it's at least a Texas-based company. Let's see here if we can find out where they're based. That would be a great interview if I could talk to one of the guys, one of the Fleshlight dudes, man. That would be fucking hilarious. Here we go. Fleshlight. Here's their Wikipedia. Fleshlight is a brand of artificial vagina, oral, and anal sex toys. It is a masturbatory aid, which is used by inserting the penis into its opening. Yes, headquarters, Austin, Texas. Steve Shubin. He's the guy. Where do they? So they started in 1998 in July. Okay. Designed by Steve Shubin. The guy designed it. A device for discrete sperm collection. Marketed by Interactive Life Forms. It is named for the flesh-like material used in its inner sleeve, blah, blah, blah. Similar products. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So it doesn't have a ton of information, but they are Austin-based. So there you go. Right down the street. Right down the street, they're making fake pussies. I don't know if they make them here. Are they made in China? Is that pussy made in China? The quality's pretty. I mean, all 5-star reviews. These can't be Chinese pussies, right? These got to be American Texas pussies. There's got to be a Texas pussy. Dude, I swear to God, I think I saw a video somewhere of like inside the Fleshlight factory. It's just these like old Mexican women's putting fake vaginas in these things and put them in packages. It's hilarious. There's people just, their job is to fucking, they work at the Fleshlight factory. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And I gotta add, like, they clearly don't do testing because the one guy's like, look, it was tight. Tighter than I thought it'd be. Like, they don't test drive these things? There's no guy at the Fleshlight factory just stealing them and jerking off into one and then sending it out. Imagine if you got a fucking STD from a Fleshlight. You would sue. You would fucking sue. You'd be like, guys, who the fuck sent me a used Fleshlight? What the fuck, guys? I don't know. I don't know, but it's time to go. This podcast has gone off the rails again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. NBA Finals, Phoenix Suns about to win it, I think. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning as well. Back-to-back. First team to do back-to-back since the Wings in 97-98. So shout out to them. Well done. Well done. That's an impressive one. I was watching some 0-2 Wings highlights the other day. Greatest team in NHL history, in my opinion. Just saying. Great team. I mean, they were a great team. The 0-2 Wings, top to bottom. I mean, to the level of talent. Brett Hall, Luke Robitaille, Dominik Hasek, Fedorov, Shanahan, Yzerman, Nick Lidstrom, one of the greatest defensemen of all time. I mean, just top to bottom, stacked-ass lineup. So, I think they're the greatest. That's just me. I'm biased, but I don't give a fuck. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of Porn and Capitalism. Sorry, it's coming out a little bit late, but hey, what are you going to do? You got to do shit. I was at the grandstand last night, so I wasn't able to get it done last night. I was headlining, bitch. But thank you guys again so much for listening. Next week, I will try to be more on time with the episode. Shout out one more time to the porn star of the podcast, Eva Lovia. Thank you, and I will see you around. Peace.